All right, this call right here perfectly illustrates matriarch society in Detroit. And again, the slave mentality, the Christian slave mentality comes out of Detroit, and why Detroit has nothing and the babies continue to suffer. Now, this is a social worker, a woman who's supposed to have some background in technology or whatever, giving me a call. Basically, again, what she's gonna, if you listening, if you have a creator's mind or producer's mind, you will hear exactly what this woman is trying to do. Her point is, calling from the VA, is to try to fucking Jew me down. This is how they use black women everywhere in Detroit, more so in these federal and state installations. Now, she's trying to tell me to accept lower money in some shit that she don't even understand. All she know is I should be accepting, and why am I charging this, and why again, you don't have shit to do with this. But let's go deeper. Deeper is, after surgery, the only reason why I'm talking to her is because after surgery, I had to get a worker where they would have to like come and bring my groceries, in, and start really observing me. So really putting the VA in your fucking life. Once I did that, so much shit, I'm talking about demonic, evil shit happened. Her biggest concern when she got on the phone with me on one of the calls was, "Oh, you think you better than us?" And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Right? I'm like, in boxing, I was always taught, like, you better than every motherfucking body. If you don't believe that, you ain't even in the game, you not winning, and none of that type shit. So you always had to believe that you better than your fucking opponent, right? But see, a slave mind can't even conceive nothing like that. Most of these females who fucking worker bees. So they want to attack you when you have that type of mindset. That's why you see right now, in the last 20, 30 years, most of these men that they produce, boys that they produce, are beta fucking males. Because again, this is their mindset on how they start chopping your alpha black maleness down. Just listen to her. This is how they start chopping you down. But let's go again. What's deeper about this shit? These motherfuckers ain't call me or nothing after I got my HUD VASH voucher. They didn't try to call to see what's going on with me, how I'm doing after my surgery. Even though, again, you got to for 4 or 5 months bring my groceries to my house because I can't carry shit, none of that type shit. So it's like after that shit, they ain't have no words. So I'm out there, I'm still trying to work. But goes even deeper. I'm so offended. This what makes me offended by these slave-minded ass fucking females. First off, this is where I come from. If y'all don't know, let me just again brief y'all about who the fuck I am. I'm one of 4. That's the oldest from my mom. My mom died when I was 12 years old, basically drunk herself to death and shit. And that's on some deep shit about not being able to handle a bunch of shit, right? So I went through a whole lot of shit, became a ward of the court because I refused to go into fucking foster care. I was like, if I can't be with my mama, I'm not gonna be with no fake ass mama. I'm telling the judge this shit at 7 years old. That's the type of time I've been on. Always been a child of Ogun, rebellious, and not going against, going with my own mind. Matter of fact, it was so deep at 12 years old, they diagnosed me with EI and said I'm emotionally impaired, but I'm functioning as a man in his mid-30s. That's because I had to take care of my brothers and sisters. So what the fuck you think a slave-minded fucking clown gonna tell me when I live harsh reality, have to watch my mom when she's sober, learn how to cook, and then standing on chairs and shit cooking for my brothers and sisters? That's who the fucking man that I am. This is before all that type shit. Matter of fact, these motherfuckers watched me so much in these group homes, designed a whole program, me to box, make money to open up more group homes, but I'll get into that later. So once the racist ass doctors in the military fucked me over by not providing me proper medical motherfucker treatment, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a little out of it because my brother got killed at that time, so I was going stir fucking crazy, getting hurt. The reality, like, damn, I'm not gonna be able to box. And having doctors lying to my face where I know every injury that I got. You feel what I'm saying? At Fort Bragg, you lying to my fucking face that, oh no, it ain't that bad, it ain't this, and just lying to me. And I'm so frustrated at that point on that. Then my brother dying, me losing. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing this shit for? My sister done died, my brother done died, my mom ain't here. What the fuck am I even doing? So I'm trying to come to a whole lot of grips as a fucking man that did everything to make it. So again, at 19, I worked myself out of all that shit, all that hell to go in the military. Now that's no regular motherfucker as a dual soldier, keeping it 100. So she's gonna say some shit that blew me away. One of the first calls, she was like, you think you better than us? And I'm like, God damn. And you know, I was humble about it. I was just like, I was like, no, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I just, work to be hard to be the best that I can be. But then I really thought about it about 6 months, 7 months later. I said, hold up. She said some shit that now this is supposed to be an educator. I want you to hear her level of education. Again, this is a problem with this motherfucking miseducation and shit. Because you educated in one area, you trying to delve in an area that you don't know shit about, which is fucking with me, which you're gonna hear her even admit. But then you admit that, but you don't have the intelligence to know, like, nah, this is a little bit out of my league. We need to go get somebody else. No, because they know their job is to control the black man, especially alpha black man. When you don't go under what they say, they ain't got no help for you, and then they start working against you to put you in your fucking place. And that's what this call that you're hearing is about, is to put you in your fucking place. Listen to the slave mammy shit that she's telling me to do, even though she don't understand what the fuck I'm doing, even though what she want me to accept. But her biggest thing was telling me, oh, you think you better than us. When she said that shit, it reminded me of some shit that my aunt told me when I was about like 11 to 12 years old. I remember I was over her house staying for the weekend and shit out of one of them group homes. But then I'm making money. Now I think I was about 14, 15. So I'm making money. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coaching boxing and shit. So I was buying like $100 like lug shirts and shit. Like just t-shirts. She was like, so she went to wash my shirt. And I'm like, nah, don't wash it like that. You got to wash it like this. So this is my aunt, and if you know, again, coming from black families, y'all know what the fuck I'm finna say is real as hell. She gonna look at, remember, this is my shit that I'm spending $100 per t-shirt on at 14 years old. So I'm just telling her, like, no, don't wash it like that. Like, matter of fact, let me get it, but I can't. But she don't want me to touch her laundry, her wash machine though, right? So she want to do it. So when I said that, she was like, now listen. She said, oh, what, you think you better than us because you growing up with them white people? And I was like, God. I instantly answered her ass with, actually, I'm better than everybody, right? And it fucked her up. She was quiet. And that was like one of the first times like I was able to best one of my aunts. Because if you say something back, nigga, they get on the phone, calling everybody, and you the fucking victim, and all your other aunts come and try to browbeat your ass down and all this type crazy shit. So that's why you got so much super moistness beta fucking males out here. Because that's what black males go up under, living in black fucking households. Yes, you niggas don't want to talk about it, but I'm talking about it and putting you motherfuckers on blast, because black society is fucked up right now. And I hear the same thing come from this so-called educated old motherfucker, right? Saying the same fucking thing. You got all these degrees. You work at the VA on this type shit. You're a social worker, but you spewing the same shit that my motherfucking aunt did. These motherfuckers are crazy. Listen, but here's my problem. Even after the military fucked me over and that type shit, because I always been, realistic. Because even as a young age, I said the only way that my brothers and sisters gonna make it is I gotta make it. So I couldn't play no games as a fucking kid. I couldn't have no fucking childhood as a kid. I had to get to fucking work early and work hard. When them crackers stole that from me, did I cry? Did I go fucking crazy? Did I start slinging dope like niggas do? Did I do any nigga stereotypical shit? Fuck no. I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna lead this motherfucker and rebuild myself. And I did via fucking technology. So when I come back, I get even more problems. Like, oh, because I ain't a prison nigga and that. Because actually now I done fucking built myself up to become superior. Even because I was like, I know I'm fucked up. I can't box no more. I'm fucked up. So everything I put my life into to try to do, I can't do no more. So I had to be realistic. And that's what men do. We fucking realistic. Damn, I can't do this no more. So I got to do something else. So when I went to Canada, nigga, I wasn't clubbing. I wasn't all this type shit. I'm studying technology like a motherfucker. Everything that I learned in the military evolved in that shit. Keeping it 100. So when I come back, now I'm a problem. Because now I'm a creator and now I'm a producer. So this is what they try to do to, if you a creator, you producer, the black woman job is, I'm going to put you in your fucking place. And it ain't, but here's what's even deeper. 4 years, I ain't getting no call to 4 years after the fact that me being in this program, then all of a sudden I'm getting hooked up, linked up with this fucking job. Then all of a sudden they trying to call me to put me in my motherfucking place.
I need you to hit the like button, so they can register on YouTube algorithm. Again, if you enjoy this free content, this free information, and you leave here smarter, which is my intention, then go ahead and hit the like button.
This shit is crazy. So you're gonna see the contracts I design, actually what level that I'm on. So this is why I get so much fucking hate. But my point is like this. I'm not the type that's gonna sit back and, oh, my mama black, this person black. No, because the biggest my biggest oppressors have been fucking black people, and at the number one at the front has been black women in key positions like teachers and shit like that. Them the motherfuckers that put their boot on your fucking neck and be like, little nigga, you ain't doing shit. I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about. Going to fucking Redford. I'm in 10th grade. I got honors English and science. And honor science, and I get to the 12th question. I said, damn, I done took this fucking test before. I done took this fucking test before. So I go over to the teacher. I'm like, yo, I took this test before. No, your ass didn't. Sit down. So I'm like, okay. So I'm racking my brain. When I get to about the 20 or something question, because I'm really like, how the fuck, where did I take this test? 'Cause I'm really trying to like, put it together. So when I get to the 20 or something question, it fucked me up. And my Muslim mentor and shit used to tell me, I just had a lot of, another problem where I get into it with these motherfuckers. Not having a father, I had a lot of real male mentors because I was being trained to box, to kill with my hands at a young fucking age. So they had gave me the best psychologists and male mentors to groom me and shit, right? So when she was like, so then it dawned on me, I said, oh my God, I took this fucking test. I had got kicked out of a group home because I started a riot because I was in the middle group, and the older group had fucking stomped my little brother out, nigga, to try to get at me. I was a wild boy. So I actually started a fucking riot. I ain't mean to start a riot. It's just like we got tired of the older groups riding on us, so we rode on them niggas and tore the fucking building up, St. Francis. So every nigga that was from the youth home detention, they shipped back to like the youth home and shit, but they couldn't do shit with me because I refused to go into foster care. So that's why I'm up in the motherfucker. So them niggas tried to break me by sending me to Teen Ranch, where I was the only black in the whole fucking town, in the whole fucking place, trying to break a nigga. See, my whole life ass motherfuckers been trying to break me, period. So, and it dawned on me where I said, I took this fucking test in 7th grade. It's a fucking country ass white high school. The town is so small, the middle school and the high school is together, Marlette, Michigan. And I took that test in the 7th grade, rural area, country fucking town. So when I'm looking at that shit in Detroit, and I said, yo. So I was like, nah. So I took the test. Then I went to the guidance counselor, and I was like, yo, why I can't go? I was like this. Right then I decided, I was like, I'm out of here. I said, I'm fucking out of here. So my thought, because I always use your logical thinking, always been gifted like that. And I was like, again, I think it's the ancestors always been looking out for me because I ain't had no mother, no father, and went through the harsh hell adversity as a child. So I always thought it was the ancestors is always looking out for me and shit, right? So, just whispering in my ear, giving me that guidance. So that guidance was, nah, go right to college. You don't got to do this shit. So I went to my guidance counselor at Redford. She like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, all right, fuck what she talking about. So I went to WCC, Warren and Connor. Again, another black woman ahead of that. Oh no, you can't do that. So I was like, nah, it don't make sense to me. If I got college credits, then why I can't go right to college, right? Why? Well, like, yeah, she was like, no, you can't do that. You got to finish high school. So I'm standing on it, right? So, because I'm standing on it, she had to go get a white lady that, like her boss. Again, listen. She had to go get her boss, a white lady at WCC. So when the white lady came, she was listening to me, and then she was like, well, no, you can't. I was like, look, I got this. No, actually, she was like, how many credits do you have? Again, the black lady ain't asked me that at WCC. She just told me instantly fucking no, right? Instantly no. So when the white lady, she was like, well, how many credits do you have? Then I told her, and she was like, well, you can take the entry level test, and if you pass, you can come here non-matriculated, right? So I was like, bet, boom, did that. So here's my point. My point is the black woman in fucking Detroit is so conditioned and so fucked up that they want you to go through the same things that they went to. They don't want you to be unique and find another door for your fucking freedom. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why, again, when you look at the school system here, so fucked up, these babies keep having a fucking minuscule education, a miseducation, a really no fucking education at all. But it's okay because that's what they went through and they ain't never fought it. So that's why you can see all these black ass fucking teachers. They know the curriculum is fucked up, but they just keep on working, keep on doing it, keep on pushing the black kids through it. So that's why it ain't no mere fucking coincidence when you see that it's a 47% illiteracy rate for fucking decades in this bitch. It ain't nobody step up to the plate to do shit because they don't fight for shit. The only thing they want to fight is to keep your black male, your alpha black male ass down, nigga. The boots on your fucking neck. So the babies is suffering, and I know what the fuck that I've been through and suffered through. And y'all ain't waking up and just keep getting worse and worse and worse. So what you gonna hear on this phone call is me, a creator, a producer, that had to go reinvent himself again. Go hear how a black lady trying to Jew me down from the fucking VA, trying to make me go up under their guidelines, even when they don't even understand what the fuck I'm doing. This is the sickness of fucking Detroit. Right here. Oh yeah, I'm pulling back the layers on you motherfuckers.
Basically, and you're right. You're at completion of our program side because I see you had the HUD VASH and
right.
You completed that, but you still have the voucher, I'm assuming.
Yes, I do.
So, you know, what we want to see now, you're at that next stage, which is employment.
Right.
And I mean, I could keep in contact with you because there may be a way to even look at that vocational side, not the vocational program with the VBA, but some of the employment programs that they're starting at the VA.
Right.
No.
Well, I did
how this works,
right.
You know, for you, and see if that would be supportive.
Right.
But I'm going to reach out to her, and I would definitely suggest that you contact. You said you did have a counselor at Michigan Rehab. You don't know if she's still there? Or?
Oh, no. Mrs. Dixon, actually, she works with them now at the VA with Ms. Johnson. So she does work with them.
Okay.
Right,
okay, so my suggestion to you is contacting Michigan Rehab and ask them what paperwork for a equipment accommodation for work do you have? What's the process for being reviewed for that?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what you decide?
That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. All right. And everything's going okay with your apartment?
Yeah, everything is squared away here. I mean, I just have, a couple of little minor issues, but that could be worked out with management, with corresponding with them.
Okay. All right. Well, I may call you back. We got a project going on. It's actually a healthy living series.
Right.
That we actually have a clinic with our program.
Right.
We're connected to the Southwest Solution apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at some kind of a food program between Gleaners and Forgotten Harvest. Is that something you might be interested in receiving? Yeah, but here's the key. What's going on with me now is like in the winter months, I'm in way more pain and way more spasms just like from standing together. So this is something in the future.
Okay.
It might not even be till the snow clears. I'm just as I was talking with the person that's really putting the program together.
All right.
I'm starting to ask veterans, would this be a help in the future? Okay. And I don't know how we're going to put it together. It might not be like, if it's mandatory you come, and if you don't, you're off the list.
Right.
It may be just a rotational calling to say, hey, we've got some, some groceries, basically.
Right. Right.
And if you're interested, we could put you on the list.
Okay, yeah. Well, definitely put me on the list.
Okay.
All right.
So when we get it going, I have your number, and just periodically give me a call. I'd like to know how you do with your moving into this new position.
Right. I can keep your brain.
Keep what I say in terms of conflict. If you do, find like, I don't understand what's going on with this, because organizations have changed and life has changed, basically.
Right.
The way that people deal with each other.
Right.
Sometimes you can, you see it. Sometimes I say it's seeing the truth and not liking it.
Right.
But then sometimes you can be on guard for some negativity to the point where what it is really isn't what you see.
Right. Well, no, what I do is this, and I base it off everything. Just like at the VA, I'm not a person where I see something, I instantly go off. I do kind of like the court system. I let you build up, and then once you get past 3, then I'll state, well, these are the areas where it was incorrect and I feel this was unjust or something like that. And most of the time I let most stuff slide because most stuff is just petty. People have different characters and stuff like that. So I know how to let stuff ride. But when it's something that's going to affect the workflow or something like that, or where we can't coexist and work and it's messing with production and affecting this our production, then I have to say something. But most of the time I don't even argue with people. Your best way to cover your butt is just writing it down. Period. So all that arguing and all that old craziness, I don't even deal with because I'm under too much pain to even be dealing with that type of silliness. So what I do is like I'll note it, and I'll note it, and I'll note it once I get past 3 because you usually can't defend once you get past 3. And then we have to deal with it.
Now her job here is just to come in and get information. And this is what they do. They acting like they'll help you. They're trying to help you. They give you all these false ass sense. Again, I've been on this program for 4 or 5 years. They ain't never called me until I again was proactive on my own and then searched out and designed a contract for employment to be able to work from home. Even disabled, this is what the fuck I'm doing. Now, everything that I told her right there, they used against me, but that'll be in another video. But just pay attention.
I deal with it again in a professional manner.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you saw Bonnie, you saw Kim.
Oh yeah, no, Bonnie
all
was
these folks I know over here.
Yeah, Bonnie is squared away.
Bonnie is,
she's squared away.
Real,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and look, most veterans don't like her, and I be telling them.
No, they don't.
Yeah, no,
I find it very interesting, but she does nothing more than, hey, really look at you and help you look at yourself.
Right.
But she would never withhold any services from anybody.
Right. No, she does not.
No, right now I got a mask on because Bonnie Littleton is a racist ass fucking female, and she don't withhold. What she tried to do is steer you into where they want you to go, because she tried to steer me into Paquette Square for like a whole 6-7 months, and I wasn't having it. So they try to steer you in where they want you to go, and then I even had to write her up on some shit where, because 2 black female, younger. See, this when I know you an old cooning ass mammy. Listen how she's singing Bonnie. Bonnie tried to come at me with some shit like I was a stupid ass nigga. She said, this was like 2011. Yeah, 2011. Weed wasn't decriminalized or nothing, but that's why I was living in Canada so much, because that's how I treated my pain before America decriminalized it. So when I came back, I had to enter a program to get service, right? So I was like, yeah, nigga, this I've been dealing with my pain for 20 plus years. So I was like, I don't give a fuck. And I said, if y'all, whatever y'all don't do ain't gonna work, I'll keep continuing it. So then Bonnie tried to hit me with some slick white shit, talking about, they did a study in the UK. No, she said they did a study that if you've been smoking weed and if you're past for like 20 years and you're past the age of 36 or some shit, she said like that, 36 something, that you suffer from paranoia or some shit like that. So then I hit her with, I was like, where was this? Where was those statistics drawn? I said, who did that study? And she said the UK. I said, so what you're doing is you're trying to apply a UK social statistic studies that was done on marijuana to an African American high level athlete. That's the wrong group and the wrong demographic.
But here's the problem. Most people don't like that mirror put up in front of them because they have their own illusions on who they are. First off,
True.
and I was like, I said, you can't.
True.
I was like, and then because she comes at you real and direct, and I was like, if you come into her with that fake, now I had to tell so many veterans in our Salvation Army. I said, you come to her with that fake shit, she gonna call you out on it. Period.
Mm.
So don't even try it. Don't even try it. That's why you don't like it, because you don't like somebody being real with you. Me, I enjoy somebody. That's why I have no problem with her. I was like, matter of fact, she's one of the shining jewels that I do see at the VA. I was like, they need to.
Well, you hear me on in here laying it on thick because I'm trying to lower her guard. And I was like, I was going to get Bonnie ass. See, I wrote that, which I just read about 3 years after this call. But yeah, like I sit back, I'm very, very patient and strategic. I know I'm against a fucking system and highly conditioned motherfucking niggas and white people. So I got to be very strategic about what I do. 2, and I needed this motherfucking job.
Implement that character along with a whole lot of more people in there, and maybe we'd be able to get more help and assistance. But yeah, I had no problem with her.
Yep, I'm glad that we were able to help you.
Okay.
And it looked like you
Help me where, when, and how. They so fucking delusional. Help me how? When?
navigated through. It didn't come overnight.
Right.
You navigated through till,
Right.
you got and the conclusion is, actually there are a lot of meetings now surrounding how the VA can help, because the term now is at risk when people are in housing, but their income is not able to sustain them.
Right.
And of course, that means it's time to go to work.
Right.
So, they recently, actually, we had a meeting yesterday with them, hired employment coordinator.
Right.
That's going to be looking at disability and kind of like what a Michigan Works person would do.
Right.
But on a much bigger scale.
Right.
Looking at, trying to develop some training programs for veterans. And getting people back to work. So
right. I think
you're on the right track.
Right. I think when I'm just looking at it from the outside, because I don't know the inner workings there, but that's exactly it. It's like, okay, we got the vouchers, but now we're just here. And I think what it is that the employers have to really understand. It's like I told them, I was like, I'm messed up. So if I'm messed up, I'm not like trying to, but if I'm totally messed up, I know when I can't do anything, I can't be throwing up, having headaches, and then you expecting me to work as it's not, it's going to happen. So I think it's like being able to having whoever it is, the coordinator, to be able to relay that to employers, like this is what this individual is going through. So, so it's going to be some special circumstances, because I come from boxing. Like a lot of my stuff is I got exotic injuries, both hands, arms and stuff, pinched nerves. I'm just like broke up.
It's a pain management factor.
Right.
She's so fucking fake and phony. No, they ain't do shit to manage my pain properly in over 10 fucking years. Nothing. Matter of fact, motherfucking anesthesiologists that run the pain clinic now is like, if you don't like the way we manage it, you can leave. After I had to ask the motherfucker, look, I'll get into that later. Next layer.
Right. So it's like, does an employer, just have to be able to understand that and be able to work with someone. So, yeah, but then also that, and then you have to, on their aspect, be like, yeah, but you costing me money, or you're not really here, so I don't know how they...
Right, they have to look at how many hours, but I think then that comes back to you being honest. Well, maybe the contract isn't going to start out on a full-time basis.
Right.
Maybe the contract, even not on a part-time, let's try, like say 10 hours a week for the first 4 weeks.
Right.
With the goal being, full-time.
Right. All right.
And I don't think that people know how to present those types of options.
Right. Well, actually, like I was stating, they even with Disability Network, they came up with something where I work 4 hours, but because what I'm doing is digital marketing, and so it's for social media. So basically, where it's crowdfunding, where they're able to donate money to the Disability Network. So I was like, well, but see, I know then there's not very many people that's in this type of expertise. But I know what I can do, where I'm limited at what I can do. So I told them, like, yeah, I can do it, but realistically, it's going to be like I'm going to be working 8 hours a day. So I wrote up my own contract, be like, all right, well, this is what you said that you were going to pay me, but still, this is what I was like, instead of arguing with them at the interview, I was like, I accepted the position, but then I also came with my own service agreement to show like, well, this is actually what I'm doing, because everything I'm doing, whether it's computer, I'm always teaching people. So it's like, okay, y'all want me to do this, but y'all not even really stating on guidelines on, because they don't really know. They don't know. And then even more so,
it's
like,
a new area.
Right, it's a whole new era for them. Like, I know what I'm doing. So but when they gave me that, which it was, I was like, it was a godsend where they was like, oh, you'll be able to work from home. I was like, okay, so I don't have to deal with this and being ill when I'm coming in. I was like, but so all I did was state it. I wrote up my own contract and service agreement and basically show them, like, I'm not going to sit and argue with you. I'm going to show you what I'm worth and then show you what I'm able to do and try to put it in a language where you can understand, so we don't have any areas of miscommunication. So I was like, yeah, okay, you're going to be at 4 hours, but actually I'm going to be working to get all these projects done because I know what it needs to be. Like, this is the first stage, but I know it's going to be taking me like about 8 hours a day, but I can do it because I'm working at my own pace in my home. Because like right now I'm working with 2 mouses and a laptop and a tablet. When my right arm gets weak, then I switch over with my left hand and do as much as I can with my left hand. So it's like I'm swapping back and forth from there. But I already know, because I'm already like developed my own websites and all like that. I already know I'm not putting too much on myself when I'm working from that area. Now, if you was talking about me coming in for 4 to 6 hours, I don't know, because just me getting there, I'm gonna be in a level 10 pain. So I don't know what's going to happen throughout that day, but I generally know what I can do working from home.
So right now they're going to allow you to work from home.
Right.
There was a salary concern that you had?
No, yeah, the salary concern is like, basically it's like this. And this is where they're not really understanding. Anything that I create, they'll be able to use for the next 10 years. And so my point is like, and I'm not coming in like, okay, you're trying to treat me like a regular employee, but what I'm developing for you is for you to, basically marketing where on your social media sites to where people are able to donate money. So I had to construct a contract, and the biggest thing, whether it's website design, which I've been in for the past 15 years and stuff like that, is that once you create this digital media, and this is what most people do, and I was totally honest with them. They'll do all that for you. Then at the end of the day, when they're done with it, they still holding on to you. Like I'm not releasing this until you give me a certain sum of money.
And then you won't be able to do anything with it.
Right. You won't be able to.
I mean, not you, but the company.
Right. So I was being totally honest with them, like, and I can't, like,
and you were releasing the product to them.
Right. So basically, I put it like branding, and this is what's legal. Like, if you want the legal rights to this, once I finish the product, and it was like, and the prices, then I even sent them a price list, and not just me telling them, but the actual price listing for them. So it's way up under, because I'm understanding that you're a nonprofit group. But again, I still have to keep it fair to myself, and not just being in an argumentative form, but showing and proving what I can do just by even creating my own service agreement contract to show, like, yeah, you can look at, and another thing too, like, he didn't even really, like, I'm like, how are you even basing this? But I didn't argue with him because, he's disabled too. But, and then he admitted that he didn't understand. Like, he was like, well, last thing he worked on was Max. That's a long time ago. So he was honest with me being that, okay, he couldn't do this and that, and what he didn't know. So I was like, okay, instead of me articulating, I'm still speaking Greek to you, so I'll visually show you where it's at, and then also send you links to, what's going on, like what level we have to get to. And it's only really the first stage, because the first stage is just building the digital content. The next stage is being able to set it out and in proximity marketing to the community to be able to crowdfund and resource for the community. But I guess, so my point is, like, so I'm illustrating all the different steps, but still at the end of the day, even if it's only a 1-year contract, after that year, I created all this content, right? And now it's on your site and it's yours, and even if I leave there, you're still making money for 10 years. So what is fair?
Well, then let me ask you this, like you said, is how do people handle that? Because you're dealing with a nonprofit, so they don't have all that money that, say, a Ford or GM.
Right. So what's
the medium point? I mean, they're going to say, we can only give you this much money. They don't really.
Now, remember, I'm talking to she's supposed to be a social worker, but she says she has her doctorate, right?
probably in social work, right? Because they always put high-level motherfuckers on me. But they all exhibit the same mammyism, conditioned form of thinking because they're fucking worker bees. You're talking to a creator and producer because you're not understanding shit that I'm saying. But the key line, the question, well, how do that? And she keep trying to, again, like, be defensive, not understanding what I'm doing, but trying to generate a defense to why I should only charge a certain fucking price. She don't even understand what I'm doing, right?
Get into how much you know, but then it's also how do people do that? Do they create the software and they actually own it?
Right. Basically, when you do this, it's called your branding. Right. Basically, it's like you can come up with basically most people work on per project, and at the very least per project is like $1,500. So what I stated to them is like for every different site that I do bring up, that's again for you to retain your digital rights, for you to legally attain and for to attain this product, it's $500 per site. That's on a very low end. That's like basically, that's like real low end. And then for a website, like you go, like you don't even gotta know. We got like everything that I stated. If they cared, all they had to do was just go research. But I even set the time and sent the links to them to show them like what consultants, what social media consultants bill you at and that, so they can see like, okay, I'm well up under the scale, only like 20% what somebody actually makes. Period for this, for each one. But the key is that, like, again, I have to still be fair to myself because I'm creating digital and media content that you're going to be able to have. Like, again, when I create like all my sites, like those were created 10 years ago. People still like, damn, still thinking it's current because I'm always ahead of the game. But
so you didn't really answer my question.
I'm sorry.
How does one? You're in this situation. Let's not even consider we know what they can do.
Right.
Then do you basically just say, well, I'll have to keep the rights to this. I don't have a problem with working on this, but just understand that, you know. Right, that I retain the rights. My signature as the designer stays with this. Right, that all the branding. Because let me break it down to you from my side of the fence, okay? I'm a social worker. Right. But I'm also a program designer. Okay. Human programs. Right. If I design a program and I work for an entity, I give up that right.
Boom. There it is right there. These fake ass Christians, Luciferian motherfuckers went and got her, put her on me, and she don't even understand what I'm doing because even at the level of what she did, she always gave up her rights, and that's what most niggas do. I don't give a fuck if you got a degree or you don't. You don't understand your own right as a fucking creator and producer. You don't, when you designing the content, if you designing the software, the content, or anything, you retain the rights as the fucking creator. Matter of fact, there's most white and Asians, they hold your ass hostage if it ain't in the contract and you ain't paid for the rights of your branding. So again, this is what they went and got a mammy to try to convince me to do what the fuck she been doing for fucking ever. Listen to this shit. This is why I can't stand you old motherfucker. You love being slaves and you're content to being slave, and you try to push any nigga that ain't in that crab bucket with you. You try to pull them in there fucking with you. You don't understand. Of course you don't understand because you got a slave fucking mind.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to argue with you about it. It's all, they have the oversight. If I design a program, unless I have designed it outside of their auspices and I have copyrighted it and I am producing this program to share with many entities. Right. Okay? Like you see an exercise program. Right. I can't just go and get a videotape and say, this is mine. It's the same basic thing. We're talking about brand copywriting, intellectual property, property. Right. But
he doesn't even understand the lingo or the fucking proper verbiage for this digital content creation. All she knows in her head to do it this way. Get out of school, go get a job from a cracker, and everything that you invent and you create, they own. See, that's the way that these old niggas been doing shit and want you to do shit. Me, She's so dumb. She got the fucking contract in front of her face. Joe gave her the contract, and she don't even understand it. None of them niggas could understand it because it's telling them right there. I'm an outside contractor. I don't work for you. I work for myself. This is a contract.
Bottom line is, I've designed the program, becomes kind of like to the side to the fact that we've hired you to do the program. You get what I'm saying? So when I come in with my creativity and I say, okay, I understand this population, and what we're going to do is put this together this way. Then because they are paying me, they expect me to do that for them. Okay. Now, yes, I could take that and say to another company, hey, this is the work I've done, but I can't say this is Gloria House's program.
Boys, it was taking me everything to not just bust out laughing and just hee-haw, hook it up. Because this is exactly why they promote with propaganda. The black woman is the most educated. She has the most degrees. Yeah, because you're the most miseducated motherfucker in the world. For real, a fucking laughing joke. You sitting here with a creative producer showing you how you supposed to do it, with receipts upon receipts upon receipts that this bitch even admitted. She even fucking admitted. And still trying to get me to do it her slave ass nigga way. Listen to what she's saying. Yeah, so I work for you, and then I create it for you and the software for you. I can still take it to somebody else. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Again, it's that worker bee mentality. That's why Detroit don't have shit. That's why, again, when you a single mama, you take your ass to school. This is your thought process. That's why your sons and daughters are fucking slaves just like you. Y'all perfectly content on the fucking cotton field. There's two type of black people in America. Ones that fight to get off the fucking cotton field, and one who try to find a more comfortable, better position on the fucking cotton field. And that's most niggas in Detroit.
Going to need to pay me that's the difference. And I'm saying that to you because you're working with a human service nonprofit.
Right.
And why they wouldn't understand those concepts. You see what I'm saying?
Well, then they understand. See, all right, I understand from that angle. But they understand this, that I'll give you the example. You don't even look at my website, but you offer me a position for a salary. But where you saying that you don't understand, but it's on a real low end. So basically, it's like being real. Like I told y'all, it's like that's like you trying to get somebody like for what you having me create. That's like the word I'm going to use. I'm sorry, but that's like nigger cheap. That's like, you know, it's like I'm creating stuff that even just one is $20,000. Just being real. Once you have it up and running the correct way, because they don't really understand it. I've seen their website, so it's $20,000. So so you want me to create 4 different ones and do 4 different ones for a sum of $15,600 for a year's salary. That's like, and look, I've been in this, and this is why I've done this. Gloria, I'm sorry. This I already been exploited as a child for boxing, and then once I got into the military, so I sit back and really learn. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna get exploited again. I was like, I had to go through that. I had to go through that as a child to be able to get to the next level.
Right.
Trying to go to the Olympics, right? So I was like, so I had to go in the military and do, you know, what I had need to do to go. All right, and they benefit. All these different entities benefited from it. So I'm like, at this point, so I said, this point where if you can develop these things and do these things, you should pay a person what they are worth. And here's my point.
Well, this is now when I deal with other, you know, organizations, they know, you know, small startups, and I was in that situation where somebody said, I want you to come in to design this program,
right.
You know, and as if it was charity.
Right.
And my idea of designing the program was I will help you by educating you.
Right.
You know, and with that, I'll take a donation. You know, but I'm educating you for you to do the work.
Right.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Because when I told the price, the person said, "Well, no, I want you to do it for me." And I said, "Well, you have to understand, this is the price for what you are getting."
Right.
And then it was like, "Oh, I can't even. That's too much. I don't know." So, you know, and some people I have to approach with, well, when you're talking about you want this,
right?
Exactly what can you afford?
Right.
And then I have to say to them, well, for what you can afford, this is what can be given. Okay?
Right.
And based on that, because I have passion for your work,
Right.
I might give you a little something else as a bonus because I have passion for your work.
Right.
But, you know, if you tell me you want a full running program and you want workshops done on an hourly basis for 6 hours a day and you want me to set this up and pay me nothing, give me some coffee, that's not going to happen.
Right. Okay, let me explain it like this, or from my angle. And then you just tell me, just being honest. If I'm creating, you want me to create 3 different social networking sites with the ability for crowdfunding and sourcing, right? That's one aspect. That's one level. Then also come in and service computers, whether it's remotely, remote computer support, and then also come in maybe once
tech support.
Right, tech support as well. And then not also on that, but each one of those things, I'm also educating you and teaching you how to utilize them, like for you to access the social network site. And whether it be if I'm in front of a computer telling, all right, well, this is what you need to do. So I'm also educating you as well. So just with that alone, do you think, again, at $15,600 per year, do you understand the issue that I'm having right there? Not saying that, this is what I told Joe. Right. This is what I told Joe.
I do, and see, that's what I'm saying about the IT field.
Right.
I have friends that are, you know, they aren't even into what you're into. They're just into the basic tech support, hardware, and I take, for example, the state of Michigan. Okay, so they make about, I say they make over $30 an hour. Right. But let me tell you, now there's also another side of that. Okay, they started out, they didn't do too much telephone tech support, like even 10 years ago.
Right.
Everything was on site.
Right.
Okay, they had direct accounts, you know, or departments assigned to them. They did not do anything outside of their geographic area.
Right.
Then someone got the idea, first of all, we're paying you $30. We should get more for our money. So they decided now what we want to do is we want to create regions. So if you live in Detroit, you can service all the way up to Lansing because we know you can get up there in an hour, and we're tracking what you really got to do, you know. And if you do go on site, then we have another support team that's on the telephone, and hopefully that can resolve. They do the ticket thing if it doesn't resolve, and then someone has to physically go out there. Okay. So now you have someone making $30 an hour that must drive anywhere from, you know, 10 miles to 70 miles to a job.
Right.
Okay. And if they don't finish the job, they're told, well, you might as well stay up there overnight.
Whoa. So again, are they compensating them for mileage and time? Neither? That's what you started at $30. Right.
Let's put it this way. Why would you drive your car?
Right.
We have a fleet of cars.
Okay.
So no, you're not mileage and reimbursed.
Okay. No, see,
but if you have other things in your life, you know, that prohibit you, then they say, well, if you come home every day, that's on you. You see?
Right.
So now you've got a whole different arena of additional costs. So that $30 an hour, which 10 years look like, hey, this is good. I can handle this, right? Have basically one customer, one agency, maybe 2 buildings, you know, around the city of Detroit, and that's your hub. Okay. But $30 with what I just described that they're doing now.
Yeah, that's
okay. And then you ask me, is that price fair?
Right.
So I'm thinking, I can't say really, because the thing is, you know, your contract is your contract. I think I would have if I were you, I would have the perspective of this. Let's see how it goes. You know, this is complex in terms of you've got your own issues, okay?
Right.
This is to see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay? Because the idea is, number one, it is a contract.
Right.
But if you have to default because you physically are unable, you're out of the contract.
Right, exactly. Like
right here is what disgusts me to my core about most Detroit females with bullshit fucking degrees. Listen to that shit. I designed the contract. She just know, oh, you certified in so many areas. I've been doing this in 2 countries. I designed the fucking contract. Again, so I understand everything that I'm doing, but even her nigga ass here trying, well, if I was you, if you was me, you couldn't be me. Ain't no fucking way you could be me. We come from 2 different areas. You a slave, I'm a free fucking man, free thinker. Ain't no fucking comparing if you could be me. You couldn't even conceive anything that I can in my fucking mind, because I work from a free fucking mind, a free state, because I freed myself mentally by leaving this motherfucker. Again, can't no conditioned female talk to me about shit until you eliminate that cracker that lives inside you. And you ain't gonna never do that living behind enemy lines. All you gonna do, just like she is talk to me like a black-faced fucking supremacist. I might as well be talking to a fucking cracker right now. This why y'all schools been the same way. This why Detroit has been at the fucking bottom. This why, again, we've been gentrified fucking out this form of highly conditioned, sick fucking thinking. Our women is sick and they know it. That's why they employ them everywhere, because they do the cracker job for them and do it well. Perfect fucking example of the state of mind. Again, why Detroit is so, and mostly every black city. Every black city, this is what you see and this is what you hear by all these females with these motherfucking degrees.
Would be your default. It wouldn't be about, oh, well, you know, you had me doing these 3 websites. That's
you have to honor that agreement.
Enter this contract. We understood my challenge.
Right.
And
Actually,
we have tried this, and I'm appreciative that we tried this. I'm so appreciative.
Right.
But I realize that I need to have a contract that's structured a little different.
Right.
And if they say, well, what can we do? We want to go back. Well, you know, now let me ask you this. The 3 websites, are they all necessary? Or is it one project you complete and then you move to the next?
Well, really, as I look at it like this, because I have like a degree of excellency that I like to go by, especially when I know what I'm doing. And like they wanted, like, see, here's the thing: they didn't even say what they want. It was like, well,
they don't know.
Right?
I'm
they don't.
Right?
You,
nonprofits don't. They, you know, you have to treat them like a child. But they have no idea.
Right. So my point is this: so all the focus, and this is where I'm not being like I told. I don't argue. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not paid to do that. That's why I write everything down, even with them. If Eddie told me, I was like, thank you all for me working for you. Well, let me show you. And this is what I told Joe. I said, Joe, whatever contract he brings, because I didn't even see, I didn't see it yet. I was like, but I agreed to work with him because I do need a job. Now, but my point is this. You know already, because they already put me through so many tests, fixing somebody's computer up at, like, a couple of people's computer at the tenant council, and then one of the dude on the board, so they tested me out already there. So you already know what I can do. So you know what I'm doing is going to benefit you. I don't want to be like, again, I'm doing to benefit you. Yeah, you working it out, but everything that I'm doing, because one, I'm educating you, first off, on current technology and how to do things currently. So, again, I don't want to feel like I'm being... what was the word that I stated in the beginning? Exploited.
Oh, you talking about being exploited.
Right. And really it is. So that's why I even made my own kind. And to follow by that. But this is what I told Joe. I said, and this is what I gave him. I was like, so I showed him this is the level that y'all should be at and you should be on. This is what I can do. Now, but I said, if you don't want to go with that, then I'll go with their contract, but they're going to get basic. They're not going to get extraordinary.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Right.
Because that may be part of the education, Mr. Henry.
Okay.
You know, you're, like you said, you are visionary. You were way out. When you saw what they wanted, you had them way out in front of the game.
Right.
Okay, with what you could supply. But if it's like this, do you have children?
No.
Okay. If you had a child,
right,
and they were a 3-year-old, you would not give them an
If he was one of these little Indigo kids.
Come on now.
Look.
You would not give them the Big Mac. I'm talking about at least $4,000. I don't know. They got all the stuff on them. You would not give that child that.
All right, true.
Because it doesn't meet where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a lesson for you in the field that it is as it is now.
Right.
Not as you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely, you go with the basics.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you let them know. And if there was a little kind of stunning of your presentation, you were being real. I'm not taking that from you.
Right.
But if you have to have that dialogue on the 19th, if it comes up,
right,
you know, just say to them, I really needed to help you to see what's happening in this field.
Gloria, I've done that. I sent him an email. I was like, I'm just trying to bring you up to speed so you can get an understanding. Taking it out of me articulated to you. I'm letting professionals do it where you can read. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with what I'm having. I'm already seeing. It's like these people don't even read their damn emails or anything. You hire me without even going to view my website. I'm like,
okay, this is another thing.
Right.
You're not dealing with corporate. You're dealing with a human service agency. And these are the things I said, if you take this and you need to talk with me, you need to call me.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a